Hello, my people. Thank you for clicking. Today is Wednesday. Um, Cameroon is actually kind of not stable. Yeah, everything is going on smoothly, but after the presidential elections, or the election day that passed on Sunday, today is Wednesday, which means that 3 days after elections, a lot has been going on online. A lot of speculations have been going on, and for most people who actually, most Cameroonians actually voted for the opposition. But there's this thing where everyone always sees, and we always say there's always fraud when it comes to the electoral process. Now, that's what most people, not everyone would say, but most people always say this, yeah. And at this point in time, Issa Chiroma Bakari has already declared himself winner of the past presidential election. But even at that, we are still waiting on the Constitutional Council to be able to declare election results. But then, according to the Electoral Code, this is supposed to be done in 2 weeks from now, which means that, or should I say from 11 or 12 days from this day I am recording this video. But looking at statistics, bro, looking at how everything goes around, and looking at the government that we have in place, very few people get to support this government. People who are supporting this government are people who are actually eating like big from the government. If you are not connected to someone who is in the government, then just know that your own will be very difficult for you in Cameroon, except that you are doing something that you have nothing to do with the government. But then at this point in time, as I'm talking to you right now, today, protests started in the city of Douala, Cameroon, or in a single part of the city. We don't know what will happen the next. A lot might be happening in upcoming days, and no one knows about this. So, a lot has been happening in the economic capital, which is where I'm actually based right now, making this video. In Garwa, where Issa Chiroma is actually based, a lot has been going on already. You've got youths who are actually sitting in front of his building, guarding him according to what they are saying. This is what I've been seeing in Burkina Faso. Like, youths actually saying they're guarding the president. Now, this is what is happening out here in Cameroon. Issa Chiroma actually came online yesterday, and what he said in his statement was that the government in place should respect the people's choice. Now, he did not say it out boldly that he's been elected the president, and so maybe Mr. Biya should step aside and all that. But then he said the government should respect the people's choice. And what's the people's choice? The people have actually voted for him, yes. But that has been going on in Bafoussam as well. So 3 major cities in the country already, you've had clashes going up and down. And these elections were marked by so many irregularities. One being the fact that someone will come alone and vote, fitting like 3 envelopes in the ballot box, fitting more. And even after the elections, a lot has been going on. People who have been following up the social media space in Cameroon, you'd actually know that the social media era actually came to sort out a lot of things, to actually solve a lot of problems for us who are in Africa, yeah? Because most of our systems are not actually like connected to the internet, where you can just do something and then it transfer. So social media at this point in time is the best and simplest way to be able to share information, to transfer information, and this is what has been happening. A lot of updates about the presidential election have been coming up, and what the Minister of Territorial Administration, who is an Anglophone, can say is that people who are doing this, they are doing this illegally, they are not supposed to do this, they are not supposed to do that. And so people are like, election results that they are filming on blackboards and posting on social media are not actually supposed to be looked upon, or maybe it shouldn't even be anything that we should look at and maybe think that the result will reflect that. Already giving us an impression that a lot might be happening, a lot would be happening, and we do not know what is really happening, that these results are supposed to take up to 2 weeks, brother. We are in an advanced world where a lot technology has actually come to actually help us reduce or just eradicate most of these kind of systems. But it is rather unfortunate we are still in Africa. We are in Cameroon, where a president has been ruling for 43 years. He's been prime minister for 7 years before he was president, which means that he's been at the head of the state or head of the government for 50 years. If he should win again this time around, then we should be expecting him to rule for 57 years. But as the president of Cameroon, he has ruled for 43 years, and he's the second longest serving president in the world, democratic president, yeah. This is not making sense at all. Share this video and make the world to be aware of what is happening in Cameroon. We don't know what actually holds for the future in this country. Living in Cameroon now, you don't know what will happen next. I mean, we are just watching and looking at places. Anything could happen at any point in time. No one knows what will happen at any point in time, especially when these results will be released. From my own point of view, even if it's not in the favor of the current regime, there might still be problem. If it's not in the favor of maybe the opposition, there might still be problems. And this is not what we want for this country. What we want now is peace, and that, I mean, a lot of issues going on already. The English parts of this country has been in conflict for 9 years. Boko Haram has been disturbing the far north region of this country since 2013 or 2014. The crisis in the English-speaking region started in 2016, which means that if this should happen again and maybe there's an issue coming up, it will not really be good. It means that the whole Cameroon will be plunged into I don't know, it will be into chaos. This is something that this regime should avoid. This is something that this regime can avoid, and this is something that we don't really wish for. I, as a person, I don't really wish to see anything go wrong in this country at this point in time. We just want everything to go right. But then the electoral process, I mean, they could just tell us maximum of 2 weeks, and maybe within 3 days they tell us, okay, the results are coming out today. But in Cameroon, when you say maximum 2 months, expect it after 2 months, and a lot of things will be happening behind the scene. The military, the police could be used to always suppress protesters who are going out to maybe protest for whatsoever you're going out to protest for. In the city already, the one of the administrators in the city already signed a book saying he will not want any illegal gatherings on the streets, stuff like that. Any demonstration, anything will be faced with you face the I don't know if they always say the hand of the law. That's what the Minister of Territorial Administration always says. Now some countries will all think that they've got an issue. It's only when you get to a country like Cameroon, where one person has been the president for 43 years, then you get to understand that you are actually enjoying liberty and all of that. We want a free Cameroon. We want a Cameroon where you'll be able to say whatever you like to say, because you think that this is what will help your country grow. Not that you say something and then in the end you maybe go down for it for nothing. No one hates this country. We all want to build this country, but some people actually feel so superior and think that only their opinion counts, only their opinion matters. Money is actually doing us bad. Money is doing us bad. But then we want to see Cameroon be like Burkina Faso someday. Burkina Faso, a lot is happening in that country. A lot is changing. A lot has changed and is still changing in a very few years. So we want change, and wait for updates. Whenever these results will be proclaimed, wait for updates. I'm actually in Cameroon to give you updates on everything that is going on around this country. Yeah. Thank you so much for having watched this video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Pushing the flag of Miadam, the regime.